Okay. So I've got a little bit of information, and one of the things I think that might be useful would be to get a little more information about your sadness and your mood. Is it okay if I ask you some questions about that? And I'm going to ask you to put it on a scale, and 0 on the scale is you're just going to kill yourself. It's the bottom. It's the absolute bottom of the scale. And so if you ranked it as 0, you would be so down with your mood that you would just be ready to kill yourself. 10 is the top. That's as happy as you could possibly feel. So it's a mood that's down to the bottom of sadness and up to the top of as happy as you could be. And that would be a 10. And you would be doing whatever you do when you're really, really happy. As much happiness as you could possibly feel. And so on that scale, 0, bottom, 10, top, what would you rate your mood right now?
Like a 2.
Okay, so a 2. And what's going on right now to make it a 2?
I was able to get up today. Yesterday I couldn't get up. I got here, and I'm hoping this will help. I feel I can't, everything around me seems dark. And I can't seem to escape that.
Deployed when I was 18 years old over to Iraq. It's going great. I felt like I was doing something. I didn't get to talk to my family much, maybe every 3 months. And I didn't know what was going on at home. Had a fiance when I left. Life was great. And eventually, time to come home, and came home, and my family's kind of in disarray. My grandma died. I didn't get to go to her funeral. They didn't tell me, so kind of tore me up. And my fiance left me for one of my best friends, and so that was a shock in my life.
And so as I'm imagining it, you're back, you're drinking, it's part of being numb. Mm-hmm. And getting rid of those emotions. And as you talk, one question that comes to mind to me, and my guess is that this would be a dishonorable thought to have, although not an abnormal thought, because it's not unusual when people come back and life is disappointing and hard, and you're drinking and you're managing those emotions. It's just not unusual to have a thought about suicide or about killing yourself. And my guess is that would be in opposition to your culture too, but I don't know.
Yes and no. One way we look at it is, we've had everything taken from us. That's one thing you can't take from us. Our life is ours to give to the Creator, to Wankantanka, which is our God. Mm-hmm. And so when it's our time, it's kind of our choice.
Okay.
The sad thing about it is, I'm feeling down, and a lot of times, I've grew up, I was probably 9 years old, and my first friend committed suicide. And it, brings the community together. We have big honoring, big feast for his family, for him, and just days of celebrating. And, it's kind of like brings the family back together, and I had another friend do it after that because, he couldn't graduate high school and didn't have nobody there, and he wanted his family to come back together, so he committed suicide felt like, it's gonna bring his family back together, so, and it did for a bit, but meth came in again, so it kind of tore apart.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm hearing 2 suicides of people that you knew well by around the time that you graduated high school.
Oh, one was when I was 9, and a good friend was 16.
Mm-hmm.
Now, by the time I was 18, I probably lost maybe 7 friends from drinking and driving, drugs, stabbings, so I guess to us, I mean, death is death, so it wasn't really a big deal, kind of a celebration, and